Greetings YouTube, Sega Zombie here and welcome to another Sega Wall lockdown isolation special. Wow, we're on to day 3 guys, and yeah, bit of cabin fever maybe starting to come in, you know, a bit restless now. I hope everyone else is doing well. I just think it's starting to dawn a little bit now that we're in this for quite a while, and yeah, I'm sure we're all feeling the same. But hey ho, we move forward and we've got to stay positive, guys. I hope you're all staying safe and isolating. I hope all your loved ones, family and everyone is staying safe. And again, a big shout out to all the people that are still at work and all them key workers out there doing an absolutely amazing job to keep the country going. And yeah, you know, this is going to unite a nation. I really believe that. We've got to take the positives out of this pandemic. And so today, we're still continuing with the theme. For those of you that haven't been watching, links down below, guys. Go and catch up with the previous 2 episodes of this. I'm going to do a daily video, just to keep us all communicating, united, and, you know, just keep the retro community and YouTube community chatting. So I'm going to ask loads of questions, spark loads of nostalgia, and the aim is for you guys to chat about it in comments. Let me know your nostalgic memories of the Mega Drive. I've had a lot of requests for the Amiga. Don't worry guys, that is coming. I just want to focus this week on the Mega Drive, and then maybe we'll delve into some more Sega at some point, but my god, the demand for the Amiga is quite big, so we're going to go on to the Amiga. I'm listening to what you guys are saying in comments too. The feedback is absolutely amazing. And Crafty S left a comment on the last video asking about EA, Electronics Arts. So I've listened and we're going down the Electronic Arts theme. Obviously we're going to only look at the games that I have in my collection, and we're going to focus on 5 that are nostalgic to me and the reasons why. And yeah, let's just have a little look in the Sega Wall of my EA games. Yeah, I've still got a long way to go with the old EA collection. Quite a large number still to get. And it's quite a challenge picking some of these, because the Electronic Arts back in the 90s were a very different company to what they are now, and we all know this, don't we? But, you know, they really were leading the pack in some ways. They had so many fun and exciting games being released. They ported loads of computer games and Amiga games across onto consoles, especially the Mega Drive. EA really supported Sega, and they really supported the Mega Drive back then. It's a relationship that broke down as each generation went by. You know, the telltale signs were there with the Sega Saturn. Even though you still got FIFA and a lot of the sport titles. Lots of titles still being released on the Saturn, but that was the last console that EA supported of Sega. And there's many reasons why EA didn't support the Dreamcast. One of the main reasons, though, from what I can gather, is that Sega were flatly refusing to allow EA to monopolise sport titles. You know, Sega Sports and the 2K series, you know, Sega were really strong in their sport titles, and they weren't going to have EA say to them that, you know, they're going to be the only company to release a football game or hockey game. And that's the history really, guys. But EA in the early days, wow, they were really big on the Mega Drive. This has been a tough one. To pick 5 has been really hard, because I don't know if it's coincidence or what, but back in the day, you know, Blockbuster Video was massive to us all, you know, and other rental companies in renting games. So I mentioned Blockbuster because they always had in my area, the best selection of Mega Drive, Super Nintendo games and the like to rent. And EA titles were a lot of the titles that I would rent for me and my mates to play at the weekends and things like that. Lots of sport titles, lots of great games, and yeah, it's been a real challenge to pick just 5, to be quite honest, but I've picked 5 very different games, and I've tried to avoid some of the most obvious, but I've left one in there that's blatantly obvious, to be fair. Such a great game, probably one of the best on the Mega Drive. But yeah, you know, EA built itself and has built itself into the company it has today solely on all the football, the FIFA, the sports, the NHL, the NFL, all of it, you know. They dominate that market now. They've monopolised it. They've been aggressive and just bought up all the licenses to all of the different sporting teams. And yeah, it dominates. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Personally, my personal opinion, it's a bad thing. I can remember back in the day, you had a choice of football games to play. You had a choice of hockey games to play. You had a choice. And that choice is gone now, really. You know, I know you've got Konami still releasing PES, and it's not the same though, is it? It's really not the same. I used to like the unique football games that we had on the micros, the 8-bits and the 16-bit consoles, and I kind of miss that, I really do. But yeah, I'm not going to... FIFA is not one of my selection. I just thought I'd get them out just to show that I appreciate it. Me and my mates loved FIFA. You know, every single time one come out, it was purchased by one of us and we would play it to death, you know. But let's get started on the 5 I have chosen, guys, for this episode. And like I said, most of these, all but 2 of them, are what I used to rent and hire out at Blockbuster. So first up, we'll start with the 2 games I actually owned. And the first one, obviously, this is pretty damn obvious and would be in most of our choices, especially if we was picking an Electronics Arts title. And to me, this is the best one in the series, and that's Road Rash 2. It needs no introduction. I know all of you guys out there will know, that love the Mega Drive at least, will love Road Rash 2. An absolutely great game. A revolutionary game for its time. Everything was very competent with this game. They got it just right, and it's very tough in these type of games. You know, you still had a race to race, and you know, if it weren't just the focus and it weren't just a little niche or a little tie in the battling, you know, it all worked so well. The game played absolutely amazing on the Mega Drive. It's a killer title for the Mega Drive, and the memories, me and my mates played this game to death. We really did. This was a real favourite. All of them in the series got loads of play, but my personal favourite is Road Rash 2. I'd love to know, guys, in comments, let me know what your favourite Road Rash is and why. But yeah, Road Rash 2 seems the whole all-round package. They seem to have got the balance just right in all of that. Next up, very similar, and I think it uses the same engine as Road Rash, and quite a unique game, and I'm not sure how many people know about this one, but that is Skitching. And yeah, Skitching is a sport where you're on rollerblades and you're racing down the street, very similar to Road Rash, but you hold on to vehicles. You grab onto those vehicles to get yourself the extra speed. You can also lash out and hit fellow racers to win that race. And again, a great game. This was a game I really enjoyed playing with my brothers and my mates. My youngest brother really loved this game. I can remember picking this up after doing a trade-in, if I remember rightly, and I was a bit gutted because when I first played this game, I wasn't a big fan. It didn't jump out at me straight away, this game, but the more I played it, the more I got into it. And yeah, it's a game I love, and it does remind me of playing consoles with my brothers, which is great. Again, it's got very similar music to Road Rash, very similar game. in many ways. And yeah, it's on a 16 meg cartridge in there, all complete. And proud to sit in the Sega Wall. That really is that one, guys. Now we move on to the rentals. Now these are the games I can remember renting most of these more than once. And again, I've mentioned this in videos in the past, but I really enjoyed baseball games. And one that I really loved, and I didn't actually realise this idea came from sort of like SNK. It was an SNK arcade game. I had absolutely no memories of that at all. Most of us working class people didn't really have the opportunity to play Neo Geo only in the arcades and things like that. But I can remember this coming out on the Mega Drive, and I was really interested to give this a go. And again, with a lot of EA titles, I didn't want to spend the £40 or whatever buying the game. It's just a game to enjoy at the weekends with your mates, hire it out on a Friday night, blast it all weekend. And Super Baseball 2020 is that game. Isn't that mad? 2020, that's it now. Well, we ain't got no robot baseball at the moment, have we? But yeah, the best baseball game on the Mega Drive by Mean Machines. And I've got to agree, actually, it really is a fun game. Great graphics, really detailed visuals, lovely big sprites as well. Plays a good game, and you've got the added charm of, you know, you've got these robots that can do these superhuman moves. And yeah, it's a great all-round baseball game. Something a bit different to play, and again, it's 16 megs of power, guys. So yeah, Super Baseball 2020, I picked this up at Revival 2018. So yeah, that makes it even more special. My first Revival, picking this game up, and I can remember, I think it was £15 I paid for it, which was an absolute steal at the time, because it's complete with manual. And this game was going for that without a manual, and yeah, I was really chuffed. A really great pick up at an event, that, and yeah, that makes it even more special to me because that was picked up at Revival 2018. And then moving on to another game, we've got Battle Squadron. Again, I believe this is an Amiga port. It was definitely on the Amiga. Not sure if it was the same name though. Let me know in comments, guys. But yeah, Battle Squadron. This is in them horrible puffy cases. A bit like a VHS case. This one's still got a receipt in there. Let's have a little look. Computer Leisure 7 High Street, Kent. Mega Competition Pro, Mega Super Monaco GP, and Mega Battle Squadron, $39.99, and they paid £94.93 on the 27th of the 12th, 1990. Look at that. I absolutely love that sort of thing. That history and nostalgia in itself. I'll always keep a receipt and things in there. But yeah, this was a £40 game back in 1990. It's all complete with manual. A competent shooter, bit of a Euro shooter this, and yeah, definitely feels Amiga, but a great game. And because it's going to be a bit more camera friendly, this one, and not bore you guys, because you'll be able to watch me die many a times, I'm sure. Battle Squadron, we're going to have a cheeky play at the end, definitely. But yeah, loads of memories of that one, and I'm sure I've got loads of memories of that on the Amiga. And so, because I liked it on that, I used to hire it out and rent it out at Blockbuster. And yeah, me and my mates used to enjoy that game. Really nice sound effects. I love all the sound effects in that game. And then that leads us on to this one, which is really interesting, and that's Haunting, starring Poltergeist. I can remember renting this one out and thinking, what on earth is this game about? But it's absolutely brilliant. For the time, back in the early 90s when this was released, I'm not sure of its official release date, but it would have been sort of like, there you go, 1993. So this was quite a unique concept of a game. And I can remember renting it out and being a bit like, oh, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. But once you get into it, it's an actually really good game. you play Poltergeist, the dude in the middle there, and you've got to go around the house scaring all the family and get them to leave. And as you do that, you can actually, because you're a poltergeist, you can go into things like the TV, turn it on. You can do stuff with the sofas, throw plates, you know, all of that sort of good stuff. And it's just such a unique idea. And this is what I'm talking about with Electronic Arts back then. They really did push the boundaries and do something a little different. And it made it really hard to choose some games because there is so many different games released by Electronic Arts on the Mega Drive. Perhaps further down the line, I might come back to EA and Electronic Arts because there's so many games I haven't mentioned. But The Haunting was one that I thought I better mention because it's a game that really stands out in my mind, and I really remember hiring that one out and renting it from Blockbuster. And I can remember renting it quite a few times to try and finish it because I could never get to the end of that game. But yeah, great graphics, great animations, really good concept, the whole package, a real fun game, definitely worth tracking down, guys, if you can get it. It's not one you see that often, but yeah, a really enjoyable, it's a tough one to put a genre on really, but it's kind of a puzzler, point and click. It's a bit of everything really, all mixed in, and it really works. It's really strong. A great little game. So there we go, guys. There's 5 EA games for you. Electronic Arts. So many I've missed off. So many games I could have mentioned. You know, you've got the Strike series, and that was really close. I nearly was going to mention it, but I thought Road Rash tips it, because I always preferred the Road Rash series over the Desert Strike games. And I thought I didn't want too many in there. Let's keep it different. And the nostalgia, there's loads of nostalgia with Desert Strike and Jungle Strike, especially. There's all the golf games. There's so many games I could have talked about. So perhaps we'll revisit EA, Electronic Arts. Again, in comments down below, guys, let me know the nostalgic Electronic Arts games that you were playing. And also, was it just me? Was it just me that I found that I tended to just hire or rent out the Electronic Arts titles? Like I said, I own Desert Strike and I own Road Rash and Skitchin, but most of the games and experiences I had with Electronic Arts titles were games that I rented from Blockbuster. So let's go and take a look at a couple of games, guys. See you at the console desk. So as promised, guys, 2 more games to look at, both Electronic Arts titles, and I've chosen Skitchin and Battle Squadron. So let's have a little closer look at Battle Squadron. Quite nice box art, but I really don't like these puffy cases. You know, these cases were for VHS, not for Mega Drive games. But yeah, no, they just haven't aged well. This one's got a little bit of damage. It's not too bad. A little bit on the corner. And then we've got Skitchin, which I thought I'd show this over Road Rash because it's a game that you don't see that often and being talked about. So we'll give Skitchin a bit of a play. See what it's like, shall we, guys? And 16 meg of power. So yeah, let's zoom that camera in and let's get playing some games. And here we go, guys. Here is Battle Squadron. Oh, and I've done the old magical thing of hitting the wrong button, so I've used my special move straight away. I love the sound of your guns hitting that metal. That is really satisfying. Chinking sound. Whoa, I'm getting a bit overrun here. Lovely graphics, really like the graphics style. Competent soundtrack as well, it's not bad. sounds very Amiga. Oh, it's focusing on my part there. We've got stealth fighters coming after us now. Remember, me and my mates loving raiding, so every time we see a vertical shooter, we always was hoping it was as playable as raiding, and this one didn't disappoint. Good work, you made it so far. Now we're entering the inner code. Oh, I like that graphical effect there. Nice. It's all getting a little bit scary. Oh, what got me there? No! And there's Battle Squadron, guys. Love this track, it's brilliant. But yeah, let me know in comments down below, guys. What's this like on the Amiga? And now we're going to have a quick play on sketching. As promised, guys, as loads of you have asked, we're going to have an Amiga video real soon. Electronic Arts. Yeah, sketching. Me and my brothers used to love this game. My youngest brother, like I mentioned, he adored this game, and I can't quite remember if it was me that owned it or him. I can remember we traded for it. I have not played this for a long time, guys, so I'm a bit of a sketch. Let's do this. And as you'll recognise it straight away. Oh, it's the middle one to go. See, I didn't even know which one it was to go. Oh, and he gets taken out straight away by a car, so it's vital that you use that mirror to see what's coming up behind you. Right, so it's A to grab hold of a vehicle. Oh, I didn't land that, did I? Let's go, come on. Loving the thrash metal soundtrack. Right, let's see if we can grab a vehicle. Oh, there's someone on that one. I don't think I'm doing very well, guys. Oh, here comes a car. Yeah. Come on. Oh. Oh no. I've gone up one place though, guys. Oh, well I had. I'm sure I'm going to be back down to 7th now, yep. Oh! And then when you get off, that gives you that boost. Oh, but why wouldn't that let me grip onto that one? Right, here we go. Let's go for it. We're 5th. I don't know how. 4th. Come on. Oh, got taken out. Oh. Surely not going to get up from that. No, I've been done. Hospital bill was $10. But there's Kitchen, guys. And yeah, there's 2 more games that I hope inspire you and give you some ideas while we're in this lockdown, guys. Until the next time, I'm Sega Zombie. Goodbye.